When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFB this year, the Texas Longhorns, taking on another team from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Gamecocks will put toe together and we'll get started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Longhorns offense takes the field. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he's making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number one.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Off play action on first down. Throws to the tight end. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got his man. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these third downs present themselves.
So South Carolina's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Under fire. Got her back over the middle. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5. Then they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Here's the handoff. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
I love early in a game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
To the air, it's Overton. Pressure coming. Got his man on the right. And it's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Bird Orange burning some secondaries, working this guy down the field.
Yeah, making those big plays down the field.
Turning it on. Gets it past the marker. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Catch in the middle, it's Young. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Look, I know this offense didn't have the opening drive of the game they would have liked, but the defense now came away with a massive takeaway. Now you're seeing how that affects the offense. They're playing with a little bit of a pep in the step. Nice throw there, getting the first down. This offense all of a sudden looks a whole lot different than what they did the last time out.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on second down. Got it. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
Great job by the running back scoring on that pitch play off the option. It wasn't easy. He had to make somebody miss and do some dirty work there down inside the 10-yard line, but nice individual effort.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Clemson has the lead currently, but they've been in a dogfight all day today and just haven't been able to pull away. They're up by 7 over Georgia Tech. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Grab near the sticks. It's Harbor. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. First down, 10 yards to go. Looking for a man. It's Overton. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
You don't see that very often. You don't see the big tight ends with the soft mitts and the big, huge hands and the nice, sticky gloves. You don't see them drop many of those balls that hit him right there in the hands. That was a missed opportunity by the tight end right there.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Smith. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Oh, he's got some space. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. And the Gamecocks headed quickly to the line.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Yeah, and that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly, and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
The Gamecocks, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Got it set up on the outside. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds his back in the middle. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. Third and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun, go get the quarterback.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Wants to throw it. He's got it. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Touchdown, Gamecocks! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And the offense had the look they liked. Tight ends are such matchup problems because of their size, because of their athleticism. And this offense does a nice job moving this guy around, especially in this area of the field.
Tie the game. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Texas offense. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Right back to him on the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get...
There he goes. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. First play of the period will be a second down. Now the play fake. Going deep. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. And the pass interference penalty is costly, wiping out the turnover. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the 15. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. It's a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Off the play fake. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown Longhorns! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. Firing to the right, complete. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Now facing a third and long. Wants to throw. It's Overton. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab along the left sideline for the huge gain. And the Gamecocks are in the hurry-up.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go. The football had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Makes the catch. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Gamecocks are marching down the field. Rides the back on the option to give. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up there.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. They're working that left side. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The give from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on 3rd down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. He's going to take off. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
Well, he hasn't called his own number very often in this game. That actually is the first time he's taken off and scrambled, but it was a really good decision. He's been killing this defense through the air. You've seen the arm talent, you've seen the accuracy. That time, really nice decision to tuck it and get what he can get. He's got this defense on their heels.
Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Texas!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Mountain West. San Jose State is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Jeff Garcia, and they are right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Boise State. The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, and we'll circle back if anything big happens. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit, and just start being more aggressive and take some...
Breaks into the open. Got the first down. Looking for more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Wide receiver going in motion. Dropping back, it's Overton. Got the quick pass. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. The give to the back. Still running at the 40. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
How about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Strong, firm tackle.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time, it's a screen throw. He had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. And the Gamecocks didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Get it out on the screen. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he's already put 1 3-spot on the board. He'll try another one from 25 yards out. And it's right down the boulevard. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Got a man, it's Green. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Now, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Looking downfield on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to throw on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Men, it is hard to beat Columbia when that town is buzzing as it is today. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the corner of George Rogers Boulevard and Bluff Road, Williams-Brice Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches. So I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looking for a man. It's Overton. Throws for the tight end. He's got it. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation. That time, he saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted, took his shot. He is in a groove.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw in that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it and try to get his offense some positive yards.
Keeps it on the bootleg. He's got him still on his feet. Moving toward the end zone. And fumble! He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn turned that disaster into a first down and came up a little short. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Gamecocks trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Slams it ahead. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, South Carolina.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone, it's Gibson. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Makes the grab, it's Young. Still on his feet at the 45. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it falls in, complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Looking left. Picked off to stop the threat. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel on the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take it.
Turning it on! And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. And the Gamecocks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Got it in the middle, it's Harper. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Gamecocks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll leave it with him. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. To the ground. He's got it again. Running behind those pads. He gets a couple before he stopped at the 18. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. It's Overton. Here's a heat. Finds a man on the left. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over 300 yards. Still some time left, and he can put up even bigger numbers. And, heck, go chase some awards, man. Get some postseason awards. Get an All-American. Just put up a day.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
Right down the boulevard. And with that, they've taken the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big one in the Big 12, and take a look at how things are playing out here. West Virginia is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Don Nehlen, this has not been a blowout today in Morgantown. They're up by 11 over Kansas. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Scanning the field, it's Manning. Throws to the wideout. Pulls it in, it's Young. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. They'll give it to the back. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll run it to the right. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Not in lockstep there with the receiver. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
That's a great job downing the football, setting your defense up with great field position. A lot of times you let that thing bounce one too many times and it climbs in the end zone, but that was a good job of making sure you downed it and set your D up.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
Looking to pass. It's Overton. He's going to let it go. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again. Create some momentum. Just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Flips it out to the back. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden, they get that momentum.
Oh, he's got some space. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll use the running game on first and goal. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. Looking for the end zone. They found a way to get him the rug, but he has stopped short, and it'll be fourth down. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. What a disappointment. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a single.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic three. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Makes the grab. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. They went up top to pick up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Complete to the left. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
Let's go.
Gives it to the back on the draw. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Overton. Looking to the big tight end. The quick out. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
But with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
From the gun, the ground game. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got his man quickly. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
They'll run it from the gun. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. It's a reverse. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Overton. There's the pressure. Grabbed in the middle. It's Harbor. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And this one is perfect. They push the lead to 4 here in the 4th.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2, 3, and 4-yard gains in the 1st and 2nd quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Huge play here late, and this crowd is coming to help the defense. They'll stop him short. Just what they needed as they get the ball back for their offense. Motion from the wideout. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Oh, look out, the ball's free. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, I can't do that here, right? I got the football, I got the lead, the clock is my friend, and now I cough it up. Offense have to understand the situation, have to understand I got to get to the ground. I can make sure I don't fight for extra yards. I make sure I don't fumble, costly fumble.
Looking to throw, it's Manning. Fires to the tight end.
Nice quick throw there, and it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find their rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw, and you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice.
Looking deep. Makes the grab down the left side. Touchdown Longhorns! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And at this stage of the game in the fourth quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
This one's big to make sure they can't beat you with a field goal. And he knocks it through, and the lead is a field goal here in the fourth quarter. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup in the Big Ten, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Oregon is currently ahead right now in Autzen Stadium, but they just haven't been able to separate themselves offensively. They're up by 4 over UCLA. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Never a reason to panic. Just run your offense. Plenty of time here. Down one possession late in the fourth. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Offense gets set for second down. Handoff to the single running back. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Back to throw. It's Overton. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. They finally get to him. A what a play there to pick up the first down. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many pop.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. He'll try to take it back. Oh, he was hoping for the pick 6. Instead, he got it down to the 16-yard line.
It's such a fine line offensively. Late in the game, you got to score, you got to make big plays, but you can't turn the football over. Big-time mistake. This one might cost them.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Got enough space, and he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Overton. Working that left side now. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Here comes the option. He'll toss it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Working that left side. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. And the D deny them on second and goal. Quarterback may change this route. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns! With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he puts through the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
25.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Overton. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. After this, it'll be a wrap. Wants to fire on second down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And the pass is dropped and incomplete, and that's going to do it. The clock has struck 0, and the ball game is over. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, you know, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.